Good evening, everyone. It is just gone 8 o'clock. It is Monday. It is time for Total Evercade Podcast. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that we do not have Tim here. He has, unfortunately, as you would have all expected, had a trouser accident. So Tim will be back right as rain with a fresh pair of trousers for the next episode. But we, of course, have a very, very capable person joining us this evening. So let's go around. We have got Blooders.
Hello, everyone. I've done my usual. Someone has leveled up, and it is you, Jules Orris. You have received a membership.
Beautiful, beautiful. We have got the absolutely wonderful Matt Upton. Good evening, Matt.
Evening. Thanks for having me.
No problem, Matt.
It's always wonderful. Show.
It's always wonderful to have you. And then, of course, we've got the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Derek Sir Top and Hat. Good evening, Derek.
Ooh, yes, great to be here as always. So, yeah, very exciting evening. I hope everybody's excited in the chat.
Oh, there's lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. So let's go quickly through. Let's see who we have in Das chat. We have got, as he scrolls to the top, and his computer slows. There we go. We've got Nick Craddock. Good evening, Mr. Craddock. We've got Colin Brown. Good evening, Colin. We've got Chris Dunham. We've got Mr. Skippins. Good evening, Nick. I hope you are keeping good. We've got Rob Taylor. Would not be the same without you. It would certainly not be the same without you. Dave Noonan either. Good evening. We have got Chris 360 when my computer catches up. Click. There we go. We've got Steve B. Good evening. Vernon Couchman. We've got Timothy Earnshaw. We've got Gene Joke. We have got an absolutely stacked chat this evening. So everybody, you are incredibly welcome. So yeah, let's get cracking with that first topic, which is, of course, what are you playing? So, Blunners, what are you playing?
So yeah, I've mainly been playing the one and only Roadcraft. Yeah, DX. Absolutely loving it. We'll obviously get in the topic of save states and all that later, but I did find earlier when I was playing it before I had to go out, I then had to just leave it plugged in, just on the background, plugged in, so it won't die. So yeah, had a quick go on it before I realised I'd already done like over an hour. But yeah, trying to work out different styles as well. I might do a rush one as well. I might do a whole playthrough where you'll literally just get the key and get out and try not to attack anyone till you get to the final boss, and then see if you can take him on with like no strength and like no extra health. It'd be quite funny. So yeah, so really enjoying that game at the minute. I've done the update, finally done the update on my EXP. Still haven't done it on my Alpha yet because I don't want to change the game. But yeah, so the EXP I've done, just so I can have a quick go on Flea, which has also made the news later on as well. So yeah, that is what I've been playing.
That is a good little thing to be playing. Matt, what have you been playing?
Mostly been playing Neo Geo 1, actually, Neo Geo Arcade 1. My brother came round and actually played some two-player, played some Metal Slug, two-player Metal Slug, good game. Everybody kind of knows Metal Slug. Sengoku, wasn't much of a fan of Sengoku as a beat 'em up. It wasn't, yeah. Sengoku 3 on the Neo Geo Pocket is good, but Sengoku 1 not so good. Ironclad, very much similar to carrier aircraft or aircraft carrier, a bit like UN Squadron, if you're going back a bit into the 80s. That was okay. That was good fun, kind of horizontal shooter. And Shock Troopers, a bit like Mercs from Capcom. That was really good. Really, actually, that was our standout game. Actually, my brother and I, Dan. He's not in the chat yet, but that was definitely our. Yeah. The electric bill from leaving on. Yep, definitely leaving the Alpha on. Blunners is on it as well.
Yeah, GoFundMe page.
Exactly.
Roadcraft. Yeah, I did complete Roadcraft as well. Probably, yeah, between now and the last one. Over 2 hours, I would say. And I'm quite thorough on chasing the scores and things like that, and making sure I've found all the secret rooms and as many chests as I can and all of that sort of stuff. So 2 hours, if you've got 2 hours to sit down in front of it and play non-stop, or because it's turn-based, you can just leave it and those baddies don't sneak up on you. They don't steal a turn. They do just stand there. So
You've been playing on the alpha, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. And actually I plugged in the controller because it's okay on the stick. It's not too bad, but I've got a bit annoyed at the click clicks. So off the stick. So I plugged in the pad. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, Roadcraft is excellent. The music is excellent. The animations, the graphics, everything is excellent. Lack of save states is not so excellent. Is my roundup.
Excellent. And Derek, what have you been playing?
Well, now these sort of winter evenings are coming back in, I'm thinking about something a little bit more with a longer format. And that's why I've got this gem back out and I'm going back through Aura's Awakening. It's just such a favorite of mine. And I think I've left it just long enough now that I quite remember everything. And I just want to make sure this time I go through absolutely every single room. So yeah, I'm taking my time. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not doing it with save states. I'm just doing it with the saves in game. So if you know how you do it there, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing at the end of each bit. And I'm just enjoying the adventure. I'm just letting it unfold, and it's surprising. I'll tell you, I've managed to reach a couple of areas that you're not supposed to reach till later on in the game. So you can actually advance it slightly in some areas, get some slightly better gear. So, yeah, it's definitely worth an explore, especially if you're prepared to put in the time jumps, which you can barely make. But if you make them, the rewards are there. So yeah, Aura's Awakening is where it's really been at. As I say, nice and slowly, winter evenings, it's a real treat. And I would urge people in the comment section, go and grab this cartridge and really get involved with some of these great Metroidvanias on Evercade, because it's a really special one. And it's often overlooked, obviously, because of my favorite Cathedral. Not many people I see really shouting about Aura's Awakening, but obviously there is a sequel, Aura's Legacy, and we'd love that one too. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out or you haven't done it in a while, get back on there and give it a go, because honestly, it's worth its weight in gold.
Before it goes Legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, won't be long.
So I have I ordered this live on the last TEP, and I have lovingly been playing Roadcraft, as with you chaps, and I'm addicted like a little crack addict to it. I really like this game. I hoped I was going to love it as much as I do, because I really enjoyed seeing it at debug. I really enjoy the sort of atmospheres that it was going for, and then we had Badger Punch on, and they just sort of hyped it up even more. So I was just ready for this game to be good, and thank God it is good, because it is good. I agree with Matt. The graphics are incredible. The sound is incredible. The controls work really well. Just getting used to that isometric for me. A couple of little goes, and then you start kicking ass. Yeah. Controversially, I sit on the opposite side of the fence to Matt in terms of the save state. predominantly because I think on my first or second go, I did get quite far. I didn't go for a complete run or go to all the rooms, and then from getting to about sort of level 4 or 5, just to kind of see how far I could get without really sort of, I don't want to say trying, but just see how far I could get without sort of consciously doing other things. And got to there and then snuffed it, and then thought, yeah, I probably do need to get stronger, go to all the rooms, pick up all the various little potions. This is going to help in this particular area. And then I've started experimenting a little bit with which potions do I think work better in other areas. Do I need to be really, really strong in order to take out the bosses as you get, or the enemies as you get further into it? So I'm just really having fun sort of playing around and exploring with it. And I quite like the no save state bit, because I kind of feel like I'm almost practicing for when I'm going to go for a run. And then when I'll go for a run, it will be a period when I'm sort of ready to sit down and just play through it a couple of times.
What are you playing as, Ollie?
Just doing the warrior at the moment. So I'm playing it on the sort of
baby mode,
easy setting. I
wizard,
always do the warrior in various games. So like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, I always go for a strength build with a little bit of, intellect and stuff. But, magic is something I go to after I've really not mastered a game, but become really comfortable with the game, because I know the magic side of things in any game, regardless of how simple the gameplay is always a step up from just running in and, beating 7 bells of crap out of it. So I'm enjoying it so much. And I absolutely appreciate people's thoughts on that, Gene, like with Matt as well. Like, if people want a safe state, I'm on board with it for you. I like that there isn't one, but then that's just purely because of the gameplay style and how they want it to be, played. It is very much a Dark Soulsy type thing, just nowhere near as long.
I'm on this. I wish there was just a resume function, because I was pressing like my power off button because I was going out, and I plugged it in earlier. And it wasn't going off, and I was like, "Oh, so I was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" So hopefully none of my kids have touched it, but it's hidden around the back of the sofa, plugged in.
Oh.
So yeah, I found a couple of times I've gone to play it and gone, shit, I ain't got time. Like, do you know what I mean? Just looked and gone, I actually don't have enough time to do a full run on it. So I don't know what camp I'm in. I like the fact that going through and just having the one, but like, I think like a resume function would be great. So I could just lock the screen down and carry on. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a happy medium in there somewhere. I'm sure there is. But yeah, it'd be like asking for Dark Souls to have a a save feature where you could just save before everything you did. It takes that. For me, it just takes that.
I don't want that. Yeah, I think I'm the same. And people talked about, like, on NES, when you could, kind of stop the game, and then when you loaded it up the next day or whatever, it killed off the last save state. You couldn't necessarily go back to it. You had to, So I don't want the save states, as it were, to spam them. But I do want to be able to take a break from it and come back to it, because when I was 10 years old and sitting in front of the TV with the game Mega Drive or whatever, you could do that for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours a day. Go off, have some dinner, come back again. Because you're on your school holidays or whatever. But as an adult doing adult things, unfortunately, we have to, like, in the past, your name gets called and that's it. Off you go. Who knows when you're coming back?
Yeah. I'm all in for you. So I have actually been playing a newer Evercade cart, which is great, and it's got Cart of the Year written across it, I think.
What's happening? You're actually up to date, Ollie. You're playing.
Well, I'm sort of up to date. I'm always about 3 months behind. Always behind. So yeah, enjoyable to be on something like that with everybody as the sort of, what's the word? momentum and everyone's talking about it. So it's great to be a part of that at the time. So yeah, really loving Roguecraft. Hopefully by the next TEP I will have completed the warrior and I'll be able to start playing as a different character. Just like, yeah, possibly, mate. Yeah.
A few months behind.
Oh, I forgot when I saw Ryan's name. I've always got to. There we go. I feel better now.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Exactly. Okay. People in the chat obviously playing some great stuff as well. People there quite excited for Taito coming. Yeah, definitely. Anyone on the fence about getting Roguecraft? Was that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
yes.
hidden one. Rogue 64.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Talk
anyone
to it,
that's.
right?
Yeah. I think anyone that
Yeah,
is on the fence about it, just go for it. It's phenomenal. You'll definitely get a kick out of it for sure.
You just have to put stone in as a secret code. Go to your
Yeah.
settings or whatever in the
Stone,
secret
yeah.
code bit. Stone, STONE.
Nice. Look at that. Okay. Shall we jump on to the recent news about 4 carts? I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good one to jump to next. So we have got 4 more carts going Legacy. And those 4 carts are Indie Heroes 1, Pico Collection 2, Mega Cats 2, and Sydney Hunter. All actually pretty good carts. If you don't have Indie Heroes 1 by now, I mean, if you ever needed a kick up the arse to get it, get it now. Indie Heroes 1 for a real long time was a lot of people's favorite car, and it is probably still top 5 without a doubt.
Stickers as well. You will get stickers.
Yeah.
It doesn't love stickers. There's some absolutely incredible games on that Indie Heroes cart. Creator of one of them is in the chat this evening, Mr. Al Lowe. Yeah, you shouldn't have sold them all, mate. You could be sat on a gold mine before you know it. You could retire early. You never know. So yeah, out of these 4 then, I'm going to go to Blunners. Out of these 4, which one would you say is a must? And which one would you say is maybe a curveball, something you weren't so sure you'd like, but maybe you did get a kick out of more than you thought?
Well, for me, it's definitely Indie Heroes 1
Mhm.
is the must. That's what got me actually to buy an Evercade, because I played this round Ryan's, rest in peace. And yeah, so that's basically what I went straight on eBay and looked for. I got an OG one, which I've still got. So yeah, Indie Heroes 1, definitely probably one of my favorite carts on the whole out of everyone. And yeah, I would say curveball, Mega Cat stuff's actually quite good, but Pico's quite sporty, and I like my sports games, so I'll say Pico Collection 2 for me.
Excellent. Matt, let's go to you. What is your pick off of that people have to pick up now, and what would you say is a curveball, one that you weren't so sure on, but actually like is good?
Shag, marry, avoid kind of thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I think I mean, Indie 1, Flea, everybody loves, and everybody can actually experience that, can't they, now? And the highlight of the month. Better than 2 for me, because 2 was just rock solid, and I'm not a very good gamer. Twin Dragons, I'm sure Derek was going to mention that, still is Thunder. That's an amazing game. Alien Cat and Alien Cat 2, you know. So it's hard to get away from Indie Heroes 1 being the one, the really, and it's those indie games. It's the modern retro. I'm not a modern gamer. I don't have a Switch. I don't have a Steam Deck. How else do I play indie games? I play them on my Evercade. You know, that's my most modern console. So, you know, that's what I've got to go into. But Mega Cat 2, Romeo and Julie Cat, Romeo, sorry, and Julie Cat is a great game. Again, puzzle. I'm a bit of a puzzle game sort of person. Pico 2. Those sports games, I think, are great for 2 players. if you have got a friend, like I just mentioned earlier, Dan is in the chat. My brother, he comes around every now and again, and we play games together. So yeah, Sydney Hunter was just the one I'm not. It's actually one of the very few I don't have. Sydney Hunter. We're going to lose one of our only 3 Master System games because it's got a Master System game on it. But people love that system. But yeah, it's, I think, probably the Caverns of Death or something was probably the only one on there that I would probably like to play. I looked at the Intellivision version of Sydney Hunter and I thought, no, I don't. It's just like running and jumping and running and jumping, running and jumping, isn't it?
Ryan's favourite.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say Indie Hero. I think it's going to be a clean sweep of Indie Heroes, but Indie Heroes 1, it's hard to go wrong with the variety. 14 games on a cart.
Yep.
Variety that's there. Various, all sorts. Some Game Boys, some NES, some Mega Drive. Amazing.
There is some good stuff on there. Derek, what are you going to go for as your must and your curveball?
Well, these kind of surprised me recently, and I had some spare copies. So obviously, when I heard about they were going Legacy, I didn't want people paying a fortune. So I listed some in the Hangout. And the one that really surprised me is everybody wanted Sydney Hunter. So that was obviously one people either slept on or perhaps they hadn't added to their collection. I think the person that bought it from me told me they owned it originally and then they sold their Evercade collection and now they wanted it back. And no, it wasn't Ryan. But but nonetheless, though, there is a lot of enjoyment on all of these cartridges. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some fantastic games on Indie Heroes, not just Twin Dragons, but Owlo did us so proud with Flea, and I absolutely love it, and I still play it today. So that in itself means it's going to be a classic for many of us in years to come. I mean, just look at some of those brilliant Mega Cat Studio games. I mean, I'm still friends with Retro Souls, and once this whole Russian-Ukraine thing's over, I'm sure we'll all do business again, and they'll bring more games to the Evercade. They've got some brilliant ones, some new ones, some absolutely fantastic ones that I would want people to experience. But yeah, I mean, there are just some fantastic games, not to mention that kind of 3D style one on there as well, a Mega Drive one on the Mega Cats 2. Another one surprised me is a lot of people have contacted me about Indie Heroes 2 because obviously they're worried now that's going to go Legacy. And I did have quite a few copies. I think I've got one spare copy left now. A lot of people grabbing that up in a bit of a panic attack. So what I would say is don't panic too much. These aren't going Legacy until December. But yeah, I mean, if you can bag it before, then do so. You never know what's going to happen in the future. But Pico 2, that also surprised me. I did actually spend, believe it or not, probably 60, 70 hours on it overall. As I say, I really got into Beastball, and it's got a very, very long format. It's not a short thing, playing both ends. And as I say, you've got to build your teams, and also you've got to bring certain players back to life at the end of each sort of game. So you've got a full set. And if you get into your tactics and you really try and get that ball right from the get-go and work out what all the power-ups are on the pitch and things like that, it's absolutely fantastic. And I have had a lot of fun with Beastball, especially on it. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of Soccer Kid. Again, a brilliant game. But, I mean, just look at that. I mean, that was brilliant.
Beastball,
I love that. That, again, I was addicted.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Full Throttle could take you quite a while. I thought I'd enjoy the Hoop Shut Up and Jams a bit more than I did because I am quite a big basketball fan, but unfortunately it didn't quite tick the boxes. I was actually playing that only the other day, believe it or not. Yeah, that racing one. And I wasn't planning to. I put the cartridge in. I was going to play something else. And I thought, oh, I haven't really thought about that one for a while. I love that.
World Trophy
and
Soccer,
yeah, I was hooked. Yeah, the skidding around the corners because I'm such a fan of like championship rally racing as well on the Gallego ones. And yeah, I mean, that Racing Fever one it's really, really great fun. So yeah, any of those cartridges, I would urge people to go and pick them up and just give them a chance. As I say, I'm not a massive sports fan, but I loved Pico too. So and as I say, Mega Cats and Indie Heroes, they pretty much speak for themselves. And I did actually get a lot of enjoyment out of Sydney Hunter, especially the Master System version. Make sure yours comes with a map. That's what I would say. But also, not everything that's on that level or on that game, if you will, is on the map. So there are secret and hidden areas that you'll have to find yourself. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. I love a bit of kind of Indiana Jones-esque sort of gaming. So yeah, I would urge people definitely check them all out. Have a bit of fun. It's not a fortune, is it? You're not parting with 50 odd quid. You're only parting with, literally in modern day gaming a few pound, and you're going to get a lot of enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think that is an incredibly fair assessment. I will be joining the lists of everyone in saying that I think my you must go and pick this up cart is of course going to be Indie Heroes 1. Flea alone is worth the price of entry. Adore Flea. Next to that, I would say Dedius is also incredibly good. A really grown-up Game Boy type game. There's just a lot of really cool stuff on here. I really enjoyed Doodle World. That was really something that sort of took me a little bit by surprise. Really enjoyed that. There's just, I don't think anything on here is bad. It's a really, really solid cart. And yeah, it's got the homegrown hero of Flea on there as well. So you need that one without a doubt. My curveball, because I wasn't expecting to really enjoy this cart, and I don't know why I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I just didn't think I would. But I picked it up because it was part of a 2 for 30 at the time. And I have enjoyed everything I've played on it so far. I still have 2 games yet to play on it, and that is the Sydney Hunter collection. I really enjoyed all the ones I have played. I've thoroughly enjoyed. What's the one I haven't done? Caverns of Death. So I hear that one is pretty good fun. And also Jester. I've not played Jester on that either, but the other 2 I've played, I've thoroughly enjoyed. They are exactly what they say on the tin, really. It's just a really good platformer game. It's got sort of elements of like Pitfall and that kind of thing in it. So yeah, Sydney Hunter is going to be my my wild card. I thought it was going to be Mega Cats too, but it's not. It's going to be that.
So yeah, I've got all the carts that have actually gone legacy, which is all courtesy of the Hangout, and these will be all the carts that you can no longer buy from
The 16.
yeah.
It's the 16. Oh, it's even got
Oliver
like a
Twins,
ring to it, that hasn't it? The
Lynx.
16.
Yeah,
Code
some of them you can
Masters.
still get on Fun Stock. Obviously,
Yeah.
these latest 4 aren't going until December. And actually, you can even get the Technos Arcade 1 is still kicking around on Fun Stock.
Yeah. But some great games, Namco, Atari, Museum. Yeah, so these are the 16.
So the 2 I don't have that are on there is Pico 2 and the Codemasters, which I slept on Codemasters purely because there was so much football on there. Completely forgetting that actually Cannon Fodder's on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kick myself over the over that one. But yeah, I'm gonna scroll through the Hangout posts because word has it that there's a very nice gentleman selling some extra carts in the Hangout who may have Pico 2. So got until December, but may as well jump on a good deal. Codemaster is an essential cart. Ooh.
I might even have a spare one. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I haven't gone through them all yet. As I say, I've got heaps of games in my games room that I'm sorting out at the moment and making space. And it's quite turned into quite a project actually. But Once it's done,
There's-
it'll look lovely.
if people are wondering about Indie Heroes, obviously there's Kubo 3 on Indie Heroes, but Kubo 1 and 2 are hidden games again
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
I love
you have to
Kubo.
put in Senji was here, all in one word. Senji was here is the code you can put in for that. Also we're losing a couple of, when sometimes in a VS or an alpha, when you put 2 carts in, you get an extra game. So the Pico 1 and Pico 2, you got a game called Pyramids of Ra, which is a puzzle
I completed
game.
it. It took forever, but it is quite good fun.
Yeah, if you like puzzles, and also, I mean, Pico 1 has gone legacy for a while, but that has, there were a couple of combinations with Pico 1. Yeah, it's sad, a bit sad, but yeah,
I do quite like the legacy element of it. It will be because of licensing issues, and it will be because of other things. But there's something about knowing that it's not going to be there forever. So unless you're a day one complete collector, going to have everything, it's quite nice in a weird way to sort of think, oh, I'm going to sleep on this one because there's only one game on it that I'm interested at the moment, like I did with Codemaster. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's not there. Oh, so that was my first experience of, well, I've missed out. So then it just made me think, right, which ones do I really not mind missing out on, and which ones can't I miss out on? And that kind of has sort of directed my buying habit a little bit. So, we joked earlier, I'm always a couple of months behind on the releases, unless there is something bang on that initial release, like Duke Nukem. It had to happen. You couldn't not pick up Duke Nukem day one. But yeah, I don't know. There's almost like a little thrill of the chase once something is potentially disappearing. I quite like it. Don't know. I like it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a new phenomenon. It's just that Evercade or Blaze have labelled them legacy. I'm sure there are some Switch games you can't get anymore, even though you can still buy a Switch. Games do go out of print, don't they? And I'm a big board game fan as well, and games just go out of print eventually. Just Evercade, they put all the numbers on them. They give it a special name when it goes out of try and build that FOMO. But again, I would say don't buy stuff if you don't want it. Also, don't buy up stuff just to be an arse and flip it and make a load of money off it. But so it's. But the one I would say Indie Heroes, just because just do get that one. I think you would find something. I think everybody would find something on there just because of the variety of it.
Agreed.
Yeah, Quest Arrest's a good one.
Yes, Quest Arrest is great. Oh,
Blunners likes Foxyland as well.
I love Foxyland.
Yeah, funny enough, I was playing that as well the other day. Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I love Foxyland.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, Do the World. They're all
yeah.
So, with the talk of legacy carts, let's go to new carts, and that is Taito 1 and Taito 2 are incoming this week. It really only feels like yesterday that these were announced. And yes, the Super Pocket there. Mine is in the drawer I've got down here. So yeah, Taito 1 and 2, Blunners. Are any of these on your radar at the moment?
No, they don't. Not at all for me at the minute. I've played them. All I can say is, not really stuff I was looking at. I've got a Taito Super Pocket, so like you can see from the graph that Matt's done us up here. I've got a lot of these games already.
Yeah, there's only 5 that aren't on the Super Pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the main reason. There's only 5 that aren't, as you can see, 5 are not on the Super Pocket. So I haven't double dipped. No, not for me.
I'd be interested to know if some of the versions that are coming, are they different on the carts to what's on the Super Pocket, or are they the same versions?
I think as far
Mm.
as I can see, they're all the arcade versions. So the Super Pocket was all the arcade versions, and these are all arcade versions. So I don't think there's any difference. The difference will be that, and I think there's a few people in the Hangout and things, is that you can play them 2-player. Obviously, if you've got the cart, put it in your VS or your Alpha, plug in a joypad, you can play 2-player. Whereas obviously on the Super Pocket, you can only play 1-player. So
Yeah.
a game I was having to go through my Taito Super Pocket, and Growl is an excellent beat 'em up, which actually I slept on a little bit, and is possibly one of the best beat 'em ups that we might have on Evercade. Well, I've had a lot of fun playing Growl on my own on the Super Pocket, but next time my brother comes round, Dan, we'll definitely get that and put that in. I think
Yeah.
that's really good fun. There's games like this, like that Pirate Pete.
Pirate
need
Pete
to,
is
yeah, I need to just
that
go
one's crazy. That one.
online and watch some videos and see if they're any good. But yeah, it's tricky. And again, of course, all your favorite games off the Super Pocket, they've managed to split them between both the carts. You know, if there was one of the carts had all of the games I liked off the Super Pocket and the other one didn't, then I might get that. But it's just like 2 or 3 on each cart. It's tricky.
Tough
So
sell for ones who've already got the Super Pocket out.
I think
So if
so.
you wanna play it
The
on your
Alpha would
arcade.
be pretty good. The
Yeah.
Alpha's got 10 games on, but that's not coming out just yet. But the Alpha's got 10 games on, and that would be great with the joystick. But again, so you could get the carts and put them in if you already have an Alpha, put them in your own Alpha and play. There's nothing on the Alpha that isn't on one of the carts. Oh no, there's a couple, but there's nothing on the Alpha that isn't on the Super Pocket. Yeah, it's tricky. But yeah, if you've played all through your Super Pocket, you know what you're going to get. It was a bit like the Atari Super Pocket, wasn't it? There was 50 games on that, but 37 of them were already on carts and things. So, it's whether you want to, it's whether you need or feel like you want those 1 or 2 games that aren't on the Super Pocket.
Yeah. So, Derek, what are your thoughts for Taito 1 and 2?
Well, I love a bit of Taito, and over the years I've owned them, whether it's on cassette, on disc, on cartridge. I've had them all, and big Taito fan. Obviously, I've got the Taito Super Pocket, which again, as we've mentioned, most of these games are on there. I don't really see any benefit to owning them, other than obviously just the nostalgia of owning them. I'm going to hang on a bit. I'm going to wait for them to drop in price. I know a few places that kind of, do some very good prices if you hang around. And a bit like Amazon, they always drop the Giga Carts of $5 about a month after they come out. So you can get them for about $19.99. So, I know a few places that do some good prices. I'm going to hang on. I would like to add them, obviously, for the sake of the, the numbering of the cartridges. But there's no huge hurry. I own the Super Pocket. I've got some Taito collections, like on the PlayStation 2 and things like that. So there's no need to sort of dive out and grab these. There's nothing particularly on there. Had they have had Rainbow Islands and Paracel Stars on them, they'd be here now. Oh yeah,
Chase HQ.
100%. They'll be in my Alpha, and they'll never be coming out because I love those games. Honestly, they hold just so much nostalgia. Don't get me wrong, New Zealand Story I love too, and it's got just a right amount of difficulty for me that really thrills me and keeps bringing me back. But I can play that now on my Super Pocket. So there's no real panic. But yeah, Rainbow Islands, Paracel Stars. Honestly, that would have been an instant day one buy. I would have been the first pre-order when they went live. So that shows you just how important it is to get that curation right, and failure to do so, big Taito fans like myself, even then they won't jump in. It's a bit like having a Star Wars collection and making sure you put the right Star Wars games on there to draw people in. So that for me, hopefully there'll be a Taito 3, and hopefully they'll include both those gems, because if they don't, again, I'm not in any hurry. Blazer's got to make sure they get the big boys on there. I don't see on either Taito collection, being a big Taito fan, I don't see anything particularly on there that says, buy me now. Don't get me wrong, Bubble Bobble's very good in 2-player, and I've put thousands of hours into it with a friend of mine and beaten it on many platforms. But I am a big Rastan fan. Actually, I prefer it on the Master System. I really, really love the Master System version. A bit like Shinobi, I like the Master System version for the arcade and things like that. But yeah, for me, there's nothing really that jumps out. I would love a Taito Alpha, and I wouldn't rule it out. I really wouldn't, especially if it isn't particularly popular. It drops in price quickly. I'm going to want to get in there because, as I say, I'm rejigging my games room so I can get my Alpha in there and set my Evercade collection up nicely. I've already done one area for it, but it needs a lot more space because it's quite large. But I want to make sure I can sit to my Alpha nicely. And to be honest, I've started to think a little bit about perhaps I should have other Alphas, make like a little mini arcade in one area.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
that'd be
know
cool.
it's dangerous thoughts.
Sure,
I'm
you know
afraid.
someone, don't you?
And I can't not have a not have a Taito Alpha in there. So that is something else I've got to consider. But also you've got to consider, you need to be able to get it into the house without the wife seeing, and things like that, and sort of cover it up a bit or put something in front for a while until she gets used to the shape and doesn't really realize it hasn't always been there. So there's a lot to think about, to go into this. Otherwise, there could be lots of endless finger wagging and silences. So we don't want any of that. So I've got to be very careful and set it up casually. So I've got a lovely carpet in there. Actually, I will at some point, once I've sort of rejigged the games room, I'll take a photograph of it. It's a Space Invaders one. And it's a really thick pile Space Invaders one. It's absolutely fantastic. I was going to go Pac-Man, but which is my favorite. But then I decided, no, actually, I'm going Taito. I'm going Space Invaders, and it looks absolutely magnificent. So that's the carpet sorted. So one step at a time.
I do think they
without this, it's concerns, but keep that.
I think they missed off. They missed off Puzzle Bobble off the carts because Puzzle Bobble's on the Super Pocket. It's on the Alpha, but it's not on either of the carts, and that's
I love that in 2-player. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I mean, we've said before on various streams that there's there's method to the madness, isn't there, of not including everything on everything because then people might not, I guess, buy all the wares. So from a consumer perspective, if you're not an all-in everything collector, that could be a pain in the backside for some people. But I guess it's a business, isn't it? At the end of the day, they want to make money and they want people to buy things. But could Puzzle Bobble?
Could be.
That would be great because that was, I mean, that Bubble and New Zealand story can sell anything for me, and the fact
would make you buy them both, wouldn't it? If you knew that Puzzle Bobble was the hidden game.
There you go.
And I like that there is still bits on the Super Pocket that aren't on the carts, and that makes me feel good for owning a Super Pocket. But I kind of want those carts. There's definitely some games that I just think I would like that slightly bigger screen. Now that's not me, dumping on the Super Pocket size, because I have, said many streams ago that I was completely surprised and taken aback by actually how much I like the form factor of the Super Pocket. I actually think the screen is wonderful and that size is great. But certain games, like Gene said in the chat there, I would love to have on that slightly bigger telly. So for me, things like New Zealand Story would be a big one for me to have on a slightly bigger screen. So I think I'm in the same line as Derek. I don't think I'm going to be jumping on it anytime immediately, but it is absolutely something I am geared up for sure, because I don't have, looking at my PS2 collection, I don't have any of the Taito collections that you can get on all the various other systems. So I don't have an abundance of Taito games, which maybe is another reason why I'm kind of up for double dipping on certain things, because I would literally be double dipping. I wouldn't be triple or quadruple dipping for various things for me. So yeah, it wasn't a cart selection that I saw coming, but it is one I would like to add at some point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Bubble Bobble and Rainbow Islands for the PlayStation 1, and that is a really super collection if you have it. I used to have it on the Sega Saturn as well, and that was pretty awesome on that. Unfortunately, I don't still have that one, but yeah, I used to, and that was a magnificent collection. So yeah, I mean, I've still got a few ways to play it, so I can wait on the carts for a bit. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
There's
right. Go on,
Retro
Matt.
Titans have got a interview of a Taito, a dude from Taito, on the latest Retro Titans podcast. We're happy to advertise them. And
Yes.
show Phil.
Yeah, throw a plug out.
Have a listen to that. It's to do with Operation Wolf and things. They've released a collection on Switch, I think.
Yeah, they have indeed. Yeah, and that's pretty awesome with Operation Thunderbolt. Yeah,
yeah, that
loving
was a 2-player of Operation Wolf, wasn't it? In the arcade, you had the 2 machine guns.
Oh,
Brilliant.
I loved it. Yeah, lost many a coin there. Brilliant.
Oh, Blow's bringing up a screen. Yeah, there we are. So there's the.
There we are.
Yeah,
and it's obviously got the different joystick, hasn't it? It's got the ball top on the joystick rather than.
Oh, and I love that. I just love it. It's magic and it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. I like the art as well. It's subtle without,
It's a good looking alpha. I have to admit that is a good looking alpha. It really is.
Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Let's put an alpha in the old man's hat. Yeah.
Amazing.
200 quid.
Yeah,
bargain,
good.
that.
It's good. That is good.
Also, have you seen the bundle that's on here in a minute on Fun Stock?
Yeah, the
Indie Heroes bundle. Save a tenner or €10.
Indie Heroes 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Home Computer Heroes.
Yeah, I might be able to do something for the Hangout, but I haven't got spares of them all. So I'll have to see. I might have to substitute something alpha-y, sort of indie in there, maybe something indie-wise. But yeah, I haven't got spares of them all, unfortunately, but I've got a few. So we'll see.
What does the price come in at for that? Because the screen's a bit small for me here.
$89.95.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty pricey. I mean, maybe the Hangout would like it if I didn't add an extra cart and perhaps put a flea plushie in there.
Do you know?
Yeah, maybe that's an option. Or I have got a limited edition pin badge set that nobody ever got apart from the developers of them. That was to do with the first Indie Heroes collection. So maybe that could be added to it. Perhaps
when to show that off, Derek, I think show that off.
When
it's pretty special. Yeah.
When I got in touch with Owlo about Indie Heroes 2 because I needed tapeworm in my life, and they were out of stock on Fun Stock, and I messaged Mr. Lowe. I was like, "You don't happen to have any copies of Indie Heroes 2 for sale, do you?" And he's like, "Do you know what? I absolutely do." And he charged me the going rate, which I think was $17.99 at the time. And when it turned up, he did sign my cart. He signed the actual cartridge. He signed the booklet.
Where is it?
I'll fire.
Come on, you need to prove it. Prove it.
Where's Indie Heroes?
Can't put his finger on it.
Here we go.
I missed the flea plushie. I didn't get the
there we are. There's a little signature on the front bit there.
Oh, you go, girl. How about that?
And then I asked him to sign the actual cartridge. So I got a very little tiny Owlo signature.
Oh, we're loving it.
It's tiny, isn't it?
Yep.
Loving it.
There's a signature on the booklet, but he also included
no way.
The little flea plush.
Lovely.
And he also sent in the little pin badges that came with that version as well.
Yeah.
And that was the same price as just the normal one. And I just thought I was getting it from someone like that. And so
that's really cool.
Yeah. Wonderful. My daughter loves this little angry flea. I think she thought it was a poo at first, and then I told her, no, it's a flea. The angry poo. So yes, that is that's lovingly in my collection. That's never going anywhere. To quote Mr. Ryan Andrews, We have
What's that? Oh, he's done
started
that
to
himself.
see done that to himself. Shocker. Hours in the chat and can
Fake.
verify that for me. Yeah, AI did it. So yes, so for Mr. Andrews, the next topic is the
Oh, yeah.
Evercade Solo VSR and EXPR are in the wild. They are
So-
out there. People have started receiving them.
Oh.
And yeah,
Ryan has broke this. So this is the picture off the box of the controller that you should be getting, that lovely grey variant.
White
But-
and grey, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ryan was in touch with Mr. Berger and he confirmed and took a photo for him. That is the colour of the controller that is in the box. So it's white, not
I-
grey.
A bit less,
around it.
a bit less
I-
grey.
Might be dirty in seconds. No.
I like it.
Mhm.
I have to admit, I prefer it being slightly more white than I do grey. So for me, that would be a lucky
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
a
too.
lucky flaw.
It's strange
Yeah.
though that their promotional material is different in the reality.
It is. It's only a little. Well, no, actually, it's quite a lot different to the
Yeah,
just the
I'm
original
bringing
VS
the picture up
controller.
now.
So I was just pulling out the original VS controller just to see how different
There
it
you go.
is, and it is actually quite different. So
So
yeah,
the
so
picture is grey.
yeah,
Looks like it.
I kind of like that it's not purely because, and when we flick back to our lovely faces, I'll show well, everyone's got the original VS controller, haven't they? Really,
Yeah.
which does have the grey and the white.
Grey.
So I actually quite like that.
The white would have been better on that, wouldn't it?
It would have been, yeah. But I do quite like that the other one is now sort of just grey round here and like a matte white, and then you got the shiny white. So I don't know. I kind of like that. I'd call that a happy accident. But yeah, I do see. Yeah, how can you have one thing on the box and another thing inside? Like, yeah, it's. I don't know. I'd consider getting a VSR controller because I actually quite like that color scheme. I think that color scheme is quite desirable. But I do also agree, if you were expecting it to be grey and you wanted it to be grey, then all right, it's not grey.
Strange.
But
Yeah.
They are
I don't
out there.
think it would be a game changer for me. I don't think it would stop if I was in the market for VSR, it would be I would have it
So-
either way.
So the
Mhm.
Solo is just clear. Is just a color variant. There's nothing actually
Yeah.
else different. I don't know. People are asking questions because apparently Andy's put here. Bubble Seahorse Adventure didn't work on the black EXP YSR. Works fine on the original EXP. Does anyone know if it works in this new Solo version?
We have to get Crazy Burger on the case,
Yeah.
don't we?
Check if this free one works.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
they haven't said much because I could be in the market for an EXPR because my regular EXP, my white one, the battery's dead. So I would like one that I can actually travel around with and not have to be plugged next to a plug socket.
Yeah, mine's
with.
the same. Yeah, the battery's dead in the white version. So
Yeah,
really,
so,
it might be
you know.
time to update.
But do we know if it's a better battery? I think the black and blue, the Tomb Raider EXPR seem to be better. I haven't heard many people saying that the battery's failed on that one. But
Mhm.
yeah, the trouble is they can't say, oh, it's now got a good battery rather than the crap one we put in the old kit.
Yeah, they
Can
can't
they?
say
Because
that.
No.
so
And
but,
is it
yeah.
white, not grey?
yeah.
Well, that's it. And to be
Yeah.
honest, that's what they've got to remember. If you're going to bill yourself as being a video games company, what you want to be is professional. You want to be seen as professional. Do you think Nintendo would put out a Nintendo Switch box with a different color of Nintendo Switch and then a different one in the box?
Nope.
They wouldn't do
Yeah.
it, would they? Yeah. Don't be seen as incompetent. be seen as professional. Make sure that packaging represents what's in the box, and people will love you for it. As a collector myself, I want to put the box on show in my games room as well as the item. But when it doesn't marry with it, that's going to pull people that come into the games room, look at that and say, hey, what's going on there? That's a bit dodgy. Is that a Chinese knockoff? Yeah.
That bezel there looks a bit grey, doesn't it, as well? On there.
I want people to take Evercade seriously. But in order to do that, Evercade first needs to take their own product seriously. And once they do that, I might well be in the market to upgrade the white EXP that the batteries died in.
I must admit, it does look. Sorry, Ollie.
No, you go for it, dude, because I think you're about to say the same thing as me.
No, I was going to say it does look really nice and looks really good. But does anyone understand? Was it just a color variant? What was the point in it? Did they do the other?
Was taking away the packing game. That was the thing. So for the same price, you can get a console without a free game. So again, that's a little bit dodgy, isn't it? But what they then do is they say you can there's 15 games on Funstock that you can add for like a tenner extra. So for £110 or for a £10 more on the VS Solo, you can choose one of the 15 games. But it's only a limited 15 games, and all the legacy, all the soon-to-be legacy games are there, but they haven't added on. You can't pack in the Taito games, or even the Neo Geo or the Roadcraft. They haven't enabled you to add in one of the brand new games onto it, which again I think is a bit of a missed opportunity. And okay, they maybe don't want to give away half price game effectively, but they are trying to sell you an EXPR for the same price that you can go to Amazon, or you can go. I don't think you can get it on their, maybe even on their website. You can get it with Tomb Raider, and even if you've got Tomb Raider, you could sell Tomb Raider for a tenner. It's effectively giving you a tenner off your EXP, isn't it? So yeah, it's a strange move, I think.
What I would have liked to have seen, if you look at variants of consoles, we'll sort of cancel out the early sort of Nintendo GameCube ones where they just went with piano black and purple and all that sort of stuff. Most of them, like Xbox 360s and stuff, did like a Star Wars R2D2. You had the Halo editions, the Gears of War, all these sorts of ones, right? Now, what I would have liked Blaze to have done is to tied up some of these deals with games. Not just big ones. So like, Taito Bubble edition, but maybe even some indie ones. So like done me a Roadcraft one. So I could have picked up Roadcraft with the Roadcraft EXP. Now I would have loved that, and that would look fantastic in my games room. What do I want a grey one sat on the side for? My name's not Norman. What I want is I want something that's themed, something fantastic like a Roadcraft one, that perhaps comes with a cloth map and perhaps even a figurine of one of the characters, That would be fantastic. Or perhaps you could get an EXP and a Versus, and they both come with different characters. So perhaps you get a wizard in one, you get a barbarian in the other, and then the last character, the rogue, you could perhaps get that with 2 cartridges that you buy or something like that. So you had a set of all 3 to put together. That, as a collector, means a lot more to me than just a grey XP. Having those variants in a glass cabinet, and I can tell you now, because obviously I've got the white one, I've got the black one, then I've got the black EXP, the white EXP, etc. And it's the same with the different Versus consoles. There's nothing particularly special apart from the Atomic Versus. Obviously, that that sets itself aside, and that's always in my lounge for me to use. It's a great talking point when people come, and then we talk about Duke Nukems, and people are thrilled by seeing the remasters and things like that. But yeah, I would love to have seen Blaze to, just get the thinking cap on. It's really not that hard. You're supposed to be in the retro gaming business, really home in on your market and know what you're doing. Don't just keep doing grey ones, white ones. What are you going to do next? A pink one, an orange one. You've already done the orange Super Pocket, so we might as well have a EXP to go with it. Put some thought into it, please. Yeah, be a professional company. Let's really take this product forward. Yeah, and in order to do that, we want to be taken seriously. So, and that's what I really do think Blaze needs to do. That change of direction needs to happen next year.
Yeah, because I do like that color scheme on the new but only when I compare it to mine. So, my EXP's white. It's lovely. I love it. It was one of the times when you took it out of the box. You're like, crap, this is a premium product. I feel very, very pleased with this. But something about that solo one, black D-pad or the dark D-pad and red, but yeah, I like that. I like that. But variant consoles has never been a collector thing for me, unfortunately. That's fortunately. Otherwise, I'd have 1,000 versions of everything. I've only got 2 PS2s, mainly because the one in front of me is a mini and it's chipped. That's it. That's the only thing I've got 2 versions of. But I do agree with Derek. If there was a Roguecraft version of one of the consoles, I could have been easily talked into that, I think. Just because it would be cool. So there's definitely a market for it for sure. Or just throwing ideas out there. And if this ever happens in the future, you heard it here first, so you know it was my idea. Having an option like they did with the new 3DS, where you could change plates, have some sort of customization feature to it. So you could have the standard one, and then you could take out the shell around the outside and click a new shell over the top.
They had it on the 360, didn't they? Do you remember?
Yeah, the faceplates.
The original 360 faceplates, yeah.
Yep, you could change those. That was a great idea because people collect the shit out of those now. And, actually, so I am telling a lie. I've got an original 3DS and a new 3DS XL. So I do have 2 consoles of that.
Ooh.
And I have always wanted the Super Nintendo variant as well. But that is expensive.
Very expensive now.
But if I'd had a regular new 3DS, I'd have gotten the one that had the face changes where you could change the plates on it. So maybe that could be something in the future.
But that EXP Solo, maybe it kind of gives me kind of Super Nintendo vibes a little bit.
Yeah.
That kind of grey. That's maybe
without a doubt.
Why you're drawn to it, Ollie.
Oh, it's like you read my mind. And it's like you're in here, Matt. You're in here. You can see it. You can feel it.
Yeah, well, I was never a Nintendo. I was a Sega guy, so I was a Nintendo guy. So.
That's why you like the black one, isn't it? That's why you like the black one.
I had to get the black VS as well. I actually bought the white VS versus, and then I was playing that, and I really got to go and get that black one, even though I'd missed the boat. But I managed to find one on eBay, and got that, and then sold my white one.
Nice.
Yeah. Got to be black.
Right. So we have got a couple of topics left to go. So we will smash through these to get to Dear Derek. So
yeah, I can just quickly go through this one. So on the XP and Solo edition, I've done a post in the Hangout. If you aren't a member, what you're doing, get on there. We'll leave all descriptions and links to the Evercade Hangout in the show. I put in there, have you picked up an Evercade XP VS or VS Solo Edition? Answers were yes, no, or I prefer flan. And a total of 67 votes. 8% said yes, 87% said no, and 5% said I prefer flan. I'll just read through a quick few of the comments. People have put, I prefer the Tomb Raider color scheme, but my existing EXP and VS are both going strong. So until they pack up, I won't be buying. Thinking about getting EXP Solo for Christmas. I've already have 2 white EXP units, 1 EXP R and original VS. Don't really have a need for another one. No, if you have a working EXP or VS, I don't see why you would buy these unless you really like the design and wanted to replace your old ones. Then someone else, but thinking about getting the VS, I actually have the EXP, only have the EXP R. So
yeah, I don't think
87%.
us who've got a lot of the stuff, I don't think we're really the market for them necessarily.
no.
If you've already got a Versus, if you've already got an EXP or an EXPR, I don't think they're trying to sell you another one. I think this is a new way in, but those of us who have been around a little bit, we see that £100 or whatever, the same price, but you don't get a game with it. Be a bit weird,
Yeah.
wouldn't it, to buy that, to open that box up and go, oh, and it's not even got any built-in games. At least with the Capcom EXP, you don't need a cart. You can play games in it. I guess you can you've got the hidden games you could unlock, I guess, straight away.
Yeah, but imagine you've got it Christmas Day. You haven't had any
Yeah.
games that you don't really know about the hidden games. It's a bit
Yeah.
of a downer. That, yeah, I think it should have included something.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's jump to the next picture, which is the Evercade 2025 lineup, as it is now all confirmed. This is everything this year. There's nothing else coming out this year.
No, so this obviously with the last lot of announcements, there is your lineup for this year. So, yeah, Indie Heroes 4. Would you forget Indie Heroes came out this year?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Man.
Seems like it came out ages ago, but yeah.
So go on, Blaze. I'll let you run down.
Indie Heroes Broken Sword Collection, Atari Collection, Tomb Raider Collection 2, Gremlin Collection 2, Windjammers, Karnov and Friends, Roadcraft DX, Neo Geo, Arcade 1, Taito 1 and 2, Neo Geo 2 and 3. Then you've got Activision, Rare, and Lamasoft. And that is 2025. 15 carts, is it? 4, 8, 12, 15, yeah. So you managed to get 15 carts this year.
So what are your thoughts on that, Blunners, in terms of strength? Because we did get told at the beginning of the year, Derek didn't lie. He said this was going to be cart heavy.
Yeah. So yeah,
it is.
For me, I quite liked Indie Heroes 4 because I like Murtop on it. I think it played quite well. Broken Sword Collection was great because we managed to get mouse support as well.
Yep.
Roadcraft, obviously, we've spoke about that, and the Neo Geo carts. Do you know what I mean? This is the year we got the Neo Geo carts, and for me, Neo Geo 1 is really strong. 2 is quite strong, but I've played all the games on 2 and 3 separately, and I found that 2 was a bit stronger than 3. But it'd be interesting to see what magic one you get when you put them in. Rare Collection was completely caught me off guard. Was not expecting that at all. Yeah, for me, it's going to be cart of the year is between Neo Geo 1, Roadcraft DX, or Rare. I think them 3. Yeah, it's a great. To be fair, it's a stronger back end of the year. I think if you've got that Neo Geo Arcade 1 with Indie Heroes, that'll really set you up. But yeah, a great year when you look at that. When you look at it there.
And Andy's just pointed out in the chat 2 hidden games as well this year.
Yeah.
2 additional hidden games.
So Matt, what's your thoughts now that all the carts for this year are announced? What's your thoughts on the year?
I'm glad they've all been announced and there's lots, but I actually haven't bought many of them, and I'm not going to buy many more, I don't think. I've currently bought 5 of them, and maybe buy 1 or 2 more. I haven't got I would like Gremlin 2.
Yep.
I want a bit of that loaded, and Hogs of War, and I think I might get the Rare. But other than that, I'm not really in on the Taitos. I've got Neo Geo 1. I don't feel like I've also got the Neo Geo Pocket. So put the Neo Geo cart in there. I've got 20 Neo Geo games. I'm thinking probably okay for Neo Geo games. So yeah, I'm glad, but it's great. That's why there's so many carts, isn't there? That's why there's so many flavors of ice cream. We're all different people, aren't we? We've all got different flavors and different tastes. So great for 7 arcade carts, I think, for people who love arcade.
Yeah,
My brother loves
heavy.
arcade more than I do, and so it's great. So yeah, it's a little bit light on the home computer, maybe. Although the Rare cart is pretty much a home computer cart. I know they build it as a red one, haven't they? But there's only 4 console games on there, and the rest are
It's got that reversible cover, is it? Getting a reversible cover,
But it probably should have been the other way around. It should have been blue
to
number,
reverse to red. Yeah,
reverse to red, I would have said. But yeah, so Rare, I think. But also I think for Rare, it's what does it mean for the future? That's a foot in the door, isn't it? The Rare cart, I think.
It really is.
So it's the promise of more, isn't it? I think the Rare cart. It's going to be decent with the decent games on it, but we're all kind of looking. Well, what about Rare Collection 2? What's going to be on that?
Yes. Nobody wants to say the two words, but maybe one day we will.
Yes.
We shall see. Derek, what are your thoughts on the year's lineup?
Yeah, I mean, bit too arcade heavy for myself personally, even though I do enjoy the alpha and I do enjoy arcade games, just not those particular ones. We've all got our favorites, as I say. I'm a massive Rainbow Islands fan and things like that. So yeah, for me, it wasn't quite down my alley in that respect. Gremlin Collection 2, I'm still going to go ahead and pick that up because I do enjoy the loaded games. I just haven't been in a huge hurry because I own them for the PlayStation 1 anyway. A lot of the games this year, unfortunately, I actually already own. So yeah, they're not huge rushes for me to go out and grab the collections. A bit like Blunners, yeah. I mean, obviously, Indie Heroes 4 was a must with Martop. That was a cracking little game. Otherwise, yes, Rare is, of course, a fantastic little collection. I love the NES version of Battletoads on there.
Yep.
And obviously the Spectrum games, I've got a lot of nostalgia for that. I don't know if it'll be a day one purchase because obviously if you've got the Spectrum Mini, you can play all those for free. So it's not something I'm necessarily going to rush out on. Plus, also just sat next to me, I've got 4 different types of ZX Spectrum and a huge box of games, so I can play them on original hardware too. So yeah, it's I think Blazers put together an interesting year, but yeah, they perhaps didn't quite space it out well enough for me. I think a lot of this sort of Neo Geo 2 and 3 and things like that, if they'd have spaced them a little bit wider and sprinkled the other carts in, you wouldn't exclude members that perhaps don't necessarily want arcade that month. Otherwise, you're asking somebody like me to have nothing that month while other people enjoy their arcade games. And then obviously, but if you'd done a red one and a purple one and things like that, or a blue one and a purple one, it just gives people like myself a chance to jump in and grab a cartridge. Otherwise, as I say, you tend to get out of a little bit of a cycle. And you know what they say, if you get out of something, it's very difficult to get back in. So that's what Blaze have got to be very careful of, that you don't exclude certain groups of people. So myself, really, I would have rather have seen that Rare one listed a little bit earlier in the year, and perhaps for a Christmas one, bang, let's have that Rare 2. Yeah, rather than have 3 Neo Geo, cut a Neo Geo and give us that Rare 2 for Christmas with a little bit of Banjo Kazooie or something like that.
Oh, you said
on a
the
single
words.
part. That that would have been a Christmas number 1. We might have even broke the top 40 again, like we did Team 17. But this year, unfortunately, yeah, I mean they haven't broke the top 40 once. So they've really got to go back to the drawing board. Look what they did with Team 17. Have a look at that year with the Duke Nukem remasters and say, right, how can we be better going forward? And they've got the potential, they've got the money, they've got the team on board. Let's make it happen. A lot of these collections, say like Broken Sword, it's great to see it there. I mean, I own the PC version of the second Broken Sword. I own the PlayStation 1 version of Broken Sword. I've got it on Nintendo, Wii, and various other consoles. So again, it wasn't an instant jump out and grab for me. So yeah, I want them to do a bit of that sort of, grabbing those games that make me say, I've absolutely got to have this in case my original packs up. So, yeah. And for me at the moment, it's been an okay year. I wouldn't bill it as the Duke Nukem year. That for me was outstanding. And that's the bar that I look at. When I look at things like Team 17 and we broke the top 40, I look at that. And unfortunately, all this sort of stuff, I mean, literally only the other day, there was a huge thread I came across on Twitter, X, and it was all to do with the Duke Nukem remasters and people chatting about it and discussing it and saying, they might even pick up an Evercade because of it. It's still doing the rounds. That's how big that Duke Nukem was. But have I seen people discussing Indie Heroes 4? Have I seen them discussing Atari Arcade Collection 2? No. Have I seen people telling other people about the Gremlin 2 collection on there? No. So yeah, it's about, as I say, doing the correct drive for a lot of these cartridges, and
Mhm.
yeah, I just don't feel this year it's missed that zazz. As you say, Rare's a nice collection. It's a very good collection, but has it got the same impact that Duke Nukem had?
Mhm.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Hasn't got that
But yeah,
Banjo
for me,
Kazooie. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you said the words again.
Yeah, or Banjo Tooie. A lot of people didn't pick that one up, and had a lot more collectibles in it and things like that. So it was great. But yeah, at the moment, I just feel it's missing that bang. That's what I want. As I say, the Taito Alpha, it's a nice addition, and I'm a big Taito fan. But there's something there just missing that bang for me this year, and it's really disappointing. As a really big fan, I suppose I'm their harshest critic, as well as their biggest fan, and I just want that bang. I want people to look at Evercade and take it seriously. And yeah, I just feel this year it's been okay, but I wouldn't bill it as outstanding. No, unfortunately.
I'm sort of somewhere in the middle of everyone. I think I'm a bit, to quote Derek Smalls from Spinal Tap, I'm sort of sat in the middle like lukewarm water.
On the fence.
Yeah, a bit of a fence sitter on this one, because I do think it's been a good year. I think the variety of carts has been fantastic. Yes, it's been more arcade heavy than some of the other years. But actually, when you look at all the colours there, we've got sort of what have we got? Five purple, 1, 2, is it 2 blue, and the rest are red. So, as someone that's not massive into that home computer market, this year's ticked a bit of a. Oh yes, it is 7 purple. Yeah,
7 purple. Yeah.
As someone who's not massive into the home computer scene, that has ticked a box for me. This year has been a good varied year. We've kicked it off with Indie Heroes, and then eventually we've gotten to the Neo Geos. We've then gone to arcade stuff. Like this, it's maybe not the best year, but for me it's been a good year. It's been a year of I didn't see that one. There's definitely a couple of announcements that have taken me by surprise, and that's always a nice thing to be surprised by. And it just makes it every year I keep thinking, I wonder what's coming next year, and that is a good thing, because there are carts that I've still yet to pick up that I will be picking up, and there are some that I'll there's some that I'll wait a little while just to see what happens with them. Obviously the Duke Nukem year was just, everything on that was a tick tick tick. The whole year was stacked from beginning to end. It was very difficult to keep up, and when you start considering selling one of your children to help fund your gaming habit, it's it's a good thing, right? But I have also really enjoyed Evercade this year. I've enjoyed the alpha's release. I'm so pleased that it went well, because it could have just not. It was just one of those weird things that I think, until you saw it and actually got to hold it and see it and physically see what it was like, that's when it was selling itself. It was just, I still don't have one, but that's purely a space issue thing. I'm reliably informed that somebody else who may or may not be in the chat is looking to sell theirs, and I would love to pick up theirs. I just don't have the money or the space for it just at the moment, but it doesn't mean I don't want one. And this is the thing, isn't it? This is part of it is the wanting, the desiring, to then acquiring. And so yeah, for me it's been a good year. Next year I would almost certainly like to see no hardware. I could quite happily have
key rings.
It's the XP2 next year, isn't it?
Yeah, on a key ring.
I could happily just have a cart year next year. Like, by all means, bring out some different alphas, because they're slightly more than an impulse buy. They're something you generally think, I'm going to save up for that, and I'll get that when I'm ready. But yeah,
XP Steam Deck size. Should have an XL that size, shouldn't we?
XP XL.
That is smoking.
So I would just love to see a continuation of carts next year. Let's knock some names out there that are going to really blow people's heads off. Let's, two people have said it so far, so I'm just going to say it. Let's go for something that is of Banjo-Kazooie type level. Let's go for the Duke Nukems. Let's effing go. I want to see what's what next year, because this year's been good. It's been really, really good. So yeah, let's see what happens next year, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I would love to see come to Evercade. So yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. We have probably got enough time to do a handful of Dear Derek's. So let us roll VT.
Do you have a question? Well, now's your chance. It's time to ask Derek.
Okay, let's have a run through. Let me quickly scroll through. Okie dokie. So let's jump to Nicholas Skippins. Do Blaze have any plans to allow 4-player on Street Racer, which is a Pico Interactive Collection 4?
Yeah, I mean, it was something that the team were working on some months back. I haven't actually inquired any further, but it was something they were actually looking. They would activate the option, as soon as this is running smoothly enough. So as far as I'm aware, those plans are still afoot. So let's just hope so, because 4-player over Christmas for me would be magic. I'd love that with people over.
Have an Evercade multi-tap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Your link cables on your EXPRs.
Gene Joke is saying it is 4-player already. But...
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I don't have 4 controllers, so it's not like I can test that theory. But okay.
I don't know.
Well,
the option's there, but it just wasn't available to select at one point. But whether they have gone ahead and done it, I don't know. I've only had it in 2-player of recent times. So yeah, okay. I haven't tried it.
Definitely worth checking out, just in case they have snuck in a little cheeky update there to do that. Okay, let's go to Ryan for this question. This is a question: what is everybody's thoughts on Andy's post in the Hangout about Bubble Seahorse still not working on the Evercade EXPR?
Well, it's a fantastic game. That's the first thing I'll tell you. It really reminds me of an Amstrad CPC 464 style game. And I think that's why I connected with it straight away when it came to that collection. I couldn't wait to own it. And there's so much to explore, so much hidden stuff and so much to collect. Even I haven't collected it all. And I've played it through many, many times. I don't want EXPR owners to miss out. The whole idea is we're a community, and that includes everybody. It doesn't matter what background you're from or anything else. So yeah, it's very, very important that they get it running on the EXPR sooner rather than later. I don't want this to become another Cybernoid issue where they don't get it fixed and people end up missing out, because that might be your favorite game next time, and I'm sure you'd like me to take it equally seriously.
Mm-hmm. We have got, let's go to Shems. Dear Derek, any leaks for 2026?
Indie Remaster.
How's
that?
Remaster. Indie Remaster.
There you go. So there is a remaster in the works.
Let the speculation commence.
Yeah.
Get it into the comments after the show. Get it in the Hangout. What could a remaster be? An indie remaster. Okay.
Comment later.
One from good friend Rob Taylor. Did Derek, with people and companies still not aware of the Evercade, what game do you think would make them more aware to people and the company?
Oh, I really think they need to push those Duke Nukem remasters. It's the only place you can play it. It's a bit like Tanza, it's the only place you can get a physical sort of version of the game for the platform. So I think they should really be focusing on those type of games. Also things like Cathedral that you can purchase on the Evercade, but buying it on other consoles like the Nintendo Switch is extremely tricky now and extremely pricey. I think the version I've got is worth about £200 now. So
Wow.
It's very, very tricky to obtain a collector's edition and things like that for the Switch. So they really, really need to focus on some of those games and shout about them in the right areas. I feel at the moment that they're targeting things like the official Evercade group and things like that, and it's not really reaching a very wide audience. It's a bit like going on Twitter, but if the people that are following you are like developers or people that have already bought one, it's not really helping to get the word out. You need to target a slightly wider audience, perhaps, go to some games cons and things like that, and really sort of shout about some of these brilliant games that we've got on the platform, because I'm sure it would draw more people in. But yeah, again, just doing, a reskin of the console and putting it in Argos. I mean, there's a lot of sort of dodgy Chinese knockoff stuff in the Argos catalog you could purchase. This kind of just gets swamped together with it. I realized recently with the Argos with its gaming catalog for Christmas. I mean, where was the Evercade? They should have taken out a little feature in that. I saw people grabbing them up while I was in Sainsbury's, and kids excitedly brandishing this to mum and telling her what they want for Christmas. And if the Evercade was in there, Dad might have had a look, and he might have thought, oh yeah, I fancy one of those for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's on your lounge coffee table. So it just gets it into other people's homes and into their ideas. They might just look it up online, find the Hangout, think, I just have I do it myself with like quarter arcade cabinets and things. I just had a little click on their Facebook page, a little chat here or there. And I was really intrigued. So that's all it takes is, but you've got to get the idea into people's heads.
Mm-hmm. Right, time for two more. So we're going to go with the last two here. We've got one from Toxo. With Evecade becoming an ex-Microsoft on board, could we get MS-DOS games? We could potentially have real MS-DOS running in the background as opposed to, say, DOSBox.
Well, again, I don't see why not. And there was a lot of fantastic DOS games years ago that I was huge fans of. And the trouble is they're sort of lost to time. I mean, even I've owned ones now that I can't play anymore, because they don't run off of the relevant windows and things like that. So then you need to get your old laptop out to play them and things like that I've sort of split into 95 and 98 and, Windows and things. It's a lot of hassle. It's a lot of bother. But if I could just put a cartridge in, plug in my mouse, and away I go. Now that, again, is a gold mine, and you move yourself into a completely different market. I can think of lots of my friends that really love that era that would pick up an Evercade just to play those games. So again, you're kind of targeting that demographic that's not with us yet. And I think it pulls people in a bit like Duke Nukem did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And last question we're going to run with from Lightspeeder. Dear Derek, with SNK games now on Evercade, would there be a chance for a Super Pocket with Neo Geo Pocket games?
Well, we know it's possible because the Nintendo Switch has obviously got itself a collection of pocket games. Now, obviously, the deal's for 2 years. We've got more Neo Geo next year. Would one of those collections be a pocket collection or a Super Pocket with the pocket games on? I think you could have come very close to hitting the nail on the head there. Perhaps there's an alpha in the works. Who knows? What might be on there? Are we talking Evercade? Are we talking Pocket? But I tell you what, that license is well extended next year. So if you're a Neo Geo fan, you're going to want to stay tuned.
Oh, God
Yeah.
damn!
That's the one that's going to tip Triangle Face over, isn't it?
That is.
Yeah.
That's
is.
it. R.I.P. his
Make
wallet.
him square.
Yep, exactly. He'll just fall face down. That's it, and he'll just be a flat pyramid on the floor. He won't be able to have his triangle face back. Man, that's see, already excited for next year already. Gentlemen, we have run on a little bit later than we normally do, but there has been a lot of good fun to talk about, lots of things to discuss. So thank you ever so much, Matt, for coming on again. As always, we love having you on. So yeah, it's wonderful for you to be joining us this evening.
Just a quickly plug there is a high score challenge. It's actually fastest time for if you've got Gremlin Collection 1 hardcore 4x4. Toxo's running a high score, kind of a fastest lap kind of game there. So head into the Hangout where we are. I think we are very welcoming. We have opinions, but we're not ashamed of having opinions, and other opinions are welcome. All opinions are welcome, and we try to be fairly adult and
Exactly.
and accept other people's opinions, even if they're different from our own. Hopefully.
Exactly. It's a good time.
Come and
Let's
find
get
good
some
time.
Namco. Definitely arcade. We want to have some pole position fastest lap
Oh,
times.
Pole
yes.
position.
Oh, that'd
yeah.
be great. Or some Ridge Racer fastest lap times. Hey, that'd be cool.
God damn. Now we're speaking my language.
Mm.
Again, thank you as always to Derek for joining us. It's always an absolute pleasure. We're gonna have to fire up. Oh my god, I can't even think. My brain has just turned to mush. We have to fire up Goldtooth's Tease Me, Derek. But I have to bring that back because there's been a couple of good drops this evening. So always exciting. Thank you everyone who's joined us along live and in the chat. You are, of course, always very, very welcome here. We appreciate every single one of you joining along, putting in your 5 pence into these topics as well. So thank you all so much. If you want to help out the channel and you aren't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button because that is completely free. Helps us out an absolute ton. Helps push the videos out there and push them around a little bit. If you've been here tonight, click that like button because again, that helps us push that video around a little bit. And it also shows that you've been here and enjoyed the content. And if you want to go that little step further and you want to become a channel member, it is £1 British for the month. You get access to some of the videos that we do put out a little bit earlier, and any money that we make from the channel goes right back into the channel. So that is for gifts and prizes. And we will be sending out the winner for our Roadcraft competition literally a matter of days. I think we'll be getting
We're here Friday.
So we'll be sending that out.
We're here Friday for Soul
Oh, we're
Reaver.
here Friday. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Soul Reaver Game Club Friday. Cool, blimey. Yes.
It's a new show.
We just couldn't make it work last week. We tried, but it just couldn't happen.
Too many trousers, having too many accidents.
Too many trousers.
Correct. All the trousers, all the accidents. So yes, come join us Friday for first episode of Game Club. Soul Reaver, if you've played it, come along and just discuss it. It's going to be a good time. Slightly different to our normal sorts of streams, I think. But yeah, until then, we will see you on Friday for the next episode. And we do need our Everpants. Somebody bought Everpants.
Yeah, I designed them. Well happy.
They're in the Hangout. Somebody bought them.
Danielle,
Unbelievable.
Was it Danielle? Oh.
It was. You get into the Hangout, search Everpants. There's a pair in there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well done, Danielle.
And t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
the t-shirts.
And the
yeah.
t-shirts.
Lovely.
We really need to plug that more, don't we? The fact that there are
They
we've
are much.
we've done things, we've made things, and they're there for
Forgot
people to
about it.
buy if you want to consume them and buy things, because that's dead cool. Like, feel free. There's loads of stuff. There's some more designs coming as well because we just can't help ourselves. Anyway, I'm rambling now and just saying words. I hope everybody has a fantastic week. We will see you Friday and, of course, on Monday for Uncensored. Yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see you all at the end of it. So, good evening and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.